portrait lenses. Doesn't matter what kind of photographer you are, you will need a portrait lens or portrait lenses. In this video, I will go over focal ranges rather than independent brands or first-party lenses for first-party brands. That way you have many options and doesn't matter what brand are you using, okay? So to be honest with you, for me, the best one to start is the 50mm, the Nifty 50. Each brand has its own way, its own kind of Nifty 50. It's known as that because it's affordable. The 1.8 version, that's the Nifty 50. It's affordable, really nice to start, really great on the bokeh and everything in between. It's a great focal range as well to start, since it's like a standard. Even in movies, they go around the 44, 40 plus 50mm for portrait shots. So I will definitely recommend this lens. Now let me switch it up so you can see how it looks on my camera. Okay, so you can see how blurry the background is. That's thanks to the aperture 1.8, really nice. You can see in person right now. I will show you also how far away I am from the lenses or the focal ranges that you see. This is 50mm, 1.8, Nifty 50. Every brand has one of these. So just try it. You can even buy it used and you can save way more money. But the point is, this is how it looks. This is the 1.8. If you see my hands moving weird, I had to increase my shutter speed because I didn't have an ND filter to help with this. But yeah, this is a 50mm. This is how I look. This is how I am looking with the 1.8. Okay, so now when we go up a little bit in the budget, the 16 to 35 usually is not the best bet. You can go with 24 or 35mm. They are great to go. You will find primes of each one of those focal ranges. In the portrait category, 35 will be the best one out of all of them, in my opinion. This is subjective or whatever is my opinion, okay? If you don't like it, you don't like it. The point is, 35mm, really nice, really compact in many forms. You can also find it 1.8, 1.4, and even 1.2. I will definitely advise 1.8 if you want to try it out and you don't want to break the bank. Just keep in mind, higher price is likely higher quality glass. Great lens or great focal range, to say the least. Now you will see how 35 will look. Now this is how the 35mm looks on the camera. You saw the 50mm. Now this is the 35mm. This is an f4 aperture. It's because I have the 16 to 35 f4. That's a different lens. I have a review if you would like to watch it. But pretty much this is how it looks. Really wider than 50. It's you can get more without going that, without stepping back. But the point is, this is how 35mm looks. You can go creative as you like. Remember, gear doesn't matter in certain cases. Gear doesn't matter just in certain cases. So yeah, this is how it looks. Hope you like it. This is the distance. It's not that far. Everything will be in the same distance. Now, you will see one of the bigger focal ranges in the portrait category. Okay, so this is the 70-200 from Sigma, but this is a focal range video. 70mm is great. It's on most of the standard zoom lens, such as a 24-70, 28-70, and more. Great. It's a little bit zoomy enough to start it onto the telephoto side of the lens, but it's a well-established lens in the portrait community. Definitely the 85 is where it's at. That will be your best bet. That will be the best one, said by almost all of the portrait photography community or the portrait photographers. I will definitely advise to look into the 85 more than the 70. Also, you will find more 85mm lenses than the 70. Usually it's 35, 50, and 85, then 135. Now you will see how the 70 looks, and then you will see how the 85 looks and more. So this is how 70mm looks. It's in the same distance as all of the other examples that you have seen. Just keep in mind, now at the same distance you capture less, but thanks to the telephoto, you can compress a little bit more of the background. The more zoom you do, the more compressed it will look. You will see the couple differences after I switch to a different lens. But the point is, you see how it looks. Let's say it will be blurrier if you can lower the aperture, but now we have a bunch of light. We don't have an ND filter. You can either try to zoom in more so you can compress more the background, and you will see how a little bit blurrier it will look. But the point is, that's 70 millimeters. That's how it looks so far. So this is 85. Now you're watching 85 millimeter. This is a standard in the portrait photography community, and it's one that you may want to take a deep look if you want to take portrait photography really serious. It's an essential lens. It's an essential focal range that you will definitely need to have in your bag. But remember, gear doesn't matter, just in certain cases. Yeah, that's how it looks. You can find these from 400 to 800. I will definitely advise to start the same way, 1.8, to see if you like it. If not, switch it for something different. If you don't like the 1.8, you will not like the 1.4 or the 1.2. You will only like it more if you like the blurry background. So just keep that in mind. 85, really nice, really great. Now you're looking at 105. This is an underrated focal range, since you will not see many brands offer a 105 unless you're Sigma, that they are offering the 105 1.4 or 1.2, I'm not sure. It's an amazing lens, plus the background blur will definitely help you, since it's nice compression plus the blurriness of the big aperture. It's a big lens, just keep that in mind. So this is how 104, 105 will look. Great lens to go to. Now, this is 135. It's usually a killer lens. It also feels like a niche lens, but when you find the 135, 1.8, 135, I'm not sure if there's a 1.4, but wonderful one. It's more compressed, you can see closer, but you have to go backwards. You have to step back if you want more space in your frame. So that's something to keep in mind. Great lens. It will be a little bit higher in price. So remember, most of the lenses, the higher you go in focal range and the lower aperture, the more expensive it will be and the bigger it will be. 50 millimeters is usually one of the more affordable prime lenses or focal ranges. 35 will step it up a little bit, and then 85 will go in the same route, a little bit higher. Then you got the 70 to 200, and you can also have the 85s. So just keep in mind, the higher you go, the more useful a lens is, the more pricey it will be. So this is how it looks in 135 millimeter. Finally, this is 200. You can see I'm right next to the wall. I had to keep stepping back every time I up it up. Every time I had to step back. I cannot move any further. So that's how 200 looks. Great compression, really nice. If you add that to the 1.8 or the 2.0 lenses that are there, really expensive too. Amazing. Even at 2.8, it's a killer lens. Trust me, you'll love the lens. You will have from 70 to 200. Affordable in comparison to the prime lenses that you will find in certain cases, because there's a 200 f2 bazooka lens. There's then, 70 to 200, 2.8. That's the one that is in. And then there's, 70 to 200 f4. And there's also the variable aperture, that the more you zoom, the darker it will get. But this is how 200 looks. It's a standard in the zoom range. It's a standard lens to follow. If you get this lens, the 70 to 200, you will love it. I'm telling you, you will. Not only because you have the range, but you have the options. You have the options to go from 70 to 200, which it may not sound a lot, but in paper it may not sound a lot, but in practice, wonderful lens. So yeah, and that's how it looks just at a 7.1 aperture. You will see how each one of them will look at a wider aperture. In my opinion, the best lens to start with in the portrait world is the 50mm 1.8. I will definitely advise to get that one. I hope you like it. It will be way better than the kit lens that you already have in your camera. Good thing, the 50mm focal range is on all the brands. There's no way that it's not in all of the brands. Just remember, if you get a full frame camera, 50mm will look the same. But if you get a crop sensor, it will look like an 85. If you get a micro 2/3, it will be like a 100 because of the crop factor. That could be something for a different video, or if I haven't published it, I haven't uploaded it, you can find it elsewhere. The point is, for me, 50mm is the best one. 35 is nice, but it's a little bit wider for my liking. I like 35, but for something else, like street photography or anything else that I can make another video. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. You can do whatever you like. It's your money. Just be wise, I guess. But it's your money. It's not my business. Just make sure you make the right decision. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you like it.